U.S. state will get the most countries. So we're doing this thing because, of course, the Nintendo's releasing that weird partner showcase. I thought Nintendo would be done with that stupid stuff, but nope. Nintendo apparently still thinks partner showcases are good to do. So yep. Instead, you'll be getting this video at 1 in the morning about which states, according to this generator, will have a U.S. colony, and which place will they take over. So we'll only doing it since 51 times. So we see which states get the most random people. So first up, first state is Texas. So we're doing all the states, all 50 states, and Texas will be getting Iraq. So Texas will be getting the country of Iraq. The country of Iraq is, of course, the Middle East country that America invaded after 9/11 for accusing the leader of having nuclear weapons. Next state is California, and the next country that will be taken over will be Panama. So of course we got to add California to this map. Of course, California is the most populated state in America. But of course, California will be getting the Panama Canal, which in this world will be very, very, very strategic. And doesn't have as much people as Texas, but it's a very, very strategic area to take. Next state and country. The next country will be Slovenia, and Slovenia will be taken over by Arkansas. So Arkansas, of course, is the state over here, and they won't be really getting much more people. Slovenia only has 2 million people and is another very tiny country. But Arkansas will own Slovenia. Next state is South Carolina. And which country will South Carolina be getting? Well, they'll be getting North Korea, so that means they're stuck with North Korea. Of course, being under the rule of South Carolina is definitely much better than being under the rule of North Korea. Being under the rule of Kim Jong-un must be a horrible experience for anyone. I don't think that's part of North Korea. But, yeah. Again, not really as great as Iraq in terms of population, and not really that great of strategic because North Korea is a hellhole. But does have a lot of people. Next is Missouri, and Missouri gets Kiribati, which does not exist on that map. So Kiribati is one of the two countries. Kiribati is one of the two countries that do not exist on this map. The only other country being Sao Tome and Principe. Two countries that do exist but do not exist in this map. So, Missouri will be getting Maui, which is this country here. They get the place Timbuktu, and they also get around 20 million people, as the population of Maui is rapidly increasing. So this is a very, very good country if you really want more people. Next state is South Dakota. South Dakota, yeah, no one lives there, but gets 9. Of course, South Dakota is a place where nobody lives, so anything with over 10 people is basically an improvement over wherever they live already. So South Dakota will be getting, of course, Niger, which Niger is one of the fastest growing countries in the world. And also, if South Dakota and Missouri go to war over Africa, I wonder who would go out on top. Next country in the world, next state is Massachusetts. Massachusetts will get Pakistan. That is basically the biggest upgrade. Yes, Pakistan is not the most developed country in the world, but Massachusetts basically gets a country of 220 million people. It is a massive improvement over basically everything else, and I have to make sure I get the correct borders of Pakistan. But yep, they basically get all of this country. They get this whole country as well, and they get around 220 million people, which will be very useful for any wars against other states. I don't know which one's part of India and which one's part of Pakistan, but we'll figure that out later. Next is Louisiana, which Louisiana gets Warsaw. Louisiana, which again, it would make more sense for Alaska to own Warsaw, but because of the closer proximity, but yep, we have to do the entirety of Warsaw, which would be yeah, we're gonna cut this out. Okay, now we're almost done with Warsaw. Of course, it's not gonna be entirely perfect right now, but basically, Louisiana has the most land. Of course, that will likely change in the future if there's any wars or anything. Also, I think this is a part of Mongolia, not Russia. So, yeah, that's a part of Mongolia. And there we go. Also, I forgot this island here. But I always think it's owned by Japan, but it's owned by Russia. Also, Russia owns these random islands as well. So, yep, next country and state. Next state is New Mexico. And they get the country of Tanzania. So, of course, New Mexico is the state right here, if you do not know where New Mexico is. And, of course, they get the country of Tanzania, which is in Africa. Tanzania is, of course, one of the more populated countries in Africa, where one of its major languages is Swahili, which, of course, is off the Swahili coast. Of course, I had to make that reference because it was funny. I wonder who would win the war, Texas of Iraq, or New Mexico with Tanzania, or Louisiana with Warsaw. Next U.S. state is, we're skipping Missouri, Hawaii. What country will Hawaii be getting? Guinea. Of course, we all know where Hawaii is. It is right here. Which, Guinea is not really a big or populated country. Guinea is this place right here, which really literally has like one of the worst looking country areas in the world. Yeah, the borders are not that great. Blame Europe for these bad borders. So, yep, there we go. Hawaii owns Guinea, which is the least upgrade besides Arkansas getting, of course, Slovenia, which has less people than it. Next state is Maine. What country does Maine get? They get Maine, of course, gets Lebanon, which Lebanon is this tiny country in the Middle East with 6 million people. Which that's all they get. Next country and state. Indiana is the next state to get something. And they get, well, yep, everyone who lives in Indiana now basically gets a free trip to the pyramids because, well, Indiana will own Egypt now. Egypt has one of the most populated countries in Africa, having around 100 million people. It's also known for the pyramids, and now it's known for being owned by Indiana. So Indiana now owns Egypt. Next state is Kentucky. Which country will Kentucky own? Which is possibly the worst upgrade for any U.S. state. Monaco literally has 0 people. But maybe the people in Monaco will help make Kentucky not a poor state anymore. Maybe it'll be a voting reason for Kentucky. Next state is Arizona. The country that Arizona gets is Honduras. Honduras is another country that everybody forgets about. Well, people will not be and Arizona will not be forgetting about Honduras this time. Honduras is this country that sits around here. And it has a lot of provinces here. And yep, that's Honduras. We fixed Honduras' border. Next state, and this will be the final state of the day, Florida. Florida will be in the UK. Well, yeah, people in the UK have to suffer with the Florida man. So, of course, we all know what Florida is. And yes, I gave Florida that color because I like that color. Which is also like the same color as Louisiana. Of course, the UK, they have to live under Florida's dictatorship forever now. Yep, if you live in the UK, you have to live under the Florida man. The Florida man will now control everything about the UK. What animals live there, what people live there, will your dog be able to go outside today or not, and all that juicy stuff. And of course, Florida is the most horrible dictatorship on the planet. So that means, yep, you have to live under Florida rule. And also, which state would probably win? It would probably be either Russia because they have a lot of nukes, or Florida because they own the UK, or Indiana because they have the Egypt on their side as well. And we all know Kentucky is most likely losing because Monaco has 0 people. Also, Massachusetts might win with Pakistan as well. And I think, yeah, Kentucky will be eliminated first as well. Goodbye.